Siema z tej strony, ale zgramy w Thaumaturge, traumatę. Pak nie działa. Łączny padzie. Cudotwórcy, jak zwał, tak zwał. Wiemy o co chodzi. Jedziemy z tym koksem, tak? Czas się wybrać na bal. Że tam zdobędziemy kolejnego salutora. Ja to mówię salutor, bo jakoś tak bardziej mi pasuje. Szkoda się do Soiree. A nasz pokój? Mam już nowe ubrańka? Nie mamy. To są moje nowe ubrańka.
Well, I don't know.
I see you went to a barber. That's something at least.
Recently I met a bearded guy who's not especially fussy about his appearance.
Rasputina.
People welcome him everywhere with open arms anyway.
Maybe he's a natural charmer. I've heard that can get you into the Imperial even without a tailcoat.
Very funny.
Are you getting dressed so we can go, or have you changed your plans?
Dobra, idziemy.
Let's go and see if I do fit in.
In that case, I'll go get changed too.
Potem będziemy robić zadania dodatkowe. Sznyt nonkonformizmu.
And here I worried I was the only one who looked good in trousers.
Dobra jest.
Chic choice.
You look fantastic.
Thank you.
O, jacy mili.
Mad that we're going to a party right after his funeral?
I hope so.
Niesamowity jest.
Losing the Black Grimoire. Are we ready?
Yes, the carriage is waiting.
Welcome to the Imperial Hotel. How may I help you?
Ligia Szulska, here on the invitation of Svetłana Romiacewa.
Jak to źle brzmi, jak oni wypowiadają tak ładnie polskie imiona, nazwiska, nazwy, a potem mówią angielskim.
237, second floor.
Mogło być to po polsku nagrane, dubbing. Czemu tak nie zrobiono?
I'm impressed. How did you sort that out?
Our name still means something. Let's do our best to keep it that way, all right?
O, będzie nowy salutor. Tak.
Who are you, my golden slithering friend?
Wiktor?
Dobrze zrobiłem, że tutaj przyszedłem.
Wiktor, can you hear me?
Yes. Of course.
People are just waiting for us to put a foot wrong, understand? We're walking into the Viper's Den, brother.
Everything's all right. I just got a little lost in thought. I'll be good, I promise. I'm going to hang around here a little longer. I'll meet you upstairs.
See you there.
Korowód smutnych nóżek. Taski. O. Złota klatka. Szept kobiety.
Well, well, someone new.
Good evening.
Good evening, Wiktor Szulski.
Irina Orlova of those Orlovs. This is Natalia Obolenskaya, and this strangely quiet soul is our delightful Sofia.
Irina is exaggerating. Nice to meet you, Mr. Szulski.
The Governor General's daughter herself. How do you do?
What can you tell us?
How are you enjoying yourselves?
We can't complain. Seeing as we're debutantes, we're getting a lot of attention.
Really?
Maybe you'll tell us something about yourself.
I suspect you want to hear more about the book.
We've never met a thaumaturgist before. To tell the truth, I didn't believe they existed.
Here I am.
Don't worry. But now you do.
Well, it depends on what kind of trick you show us, Mr. Szulski.
I've heard a certain secret. Do you want to hear it?
Come now, we won't tell anyone.
Or maybe I shouldn't.
Do you like being a tease?
Forgive me, ladies, for teasing you like this. Here's the secret.
Come on, we're dying to know.
Someone was recently playing with the lock on one of the gilded cages, wondering what would happen if all the birds escaped captivity. And I know for certain it was one of you.
Sophia, that sounds like you. Admit it.
And now what will happen to us, Mr. Szulski?
In exchange for my discretion, I need another secret of yours. That's the only way to keep everyone in check.
What should I choose?
Our fathers don't know we're here. There you are.
How naughty. None of your fathers know?
None, especially not Sophia's. Otherwise he wouldn't have let her come.
I'm very satisfied with this trade.
And what now?
I need to slip away for a moment.
We should go as well. We've really forgotten ourselves around you.
That's nice to hear, but I understand. The soiree won't wait.
I hear Rumyantseva has invited a real medium.
Will there be ghosts? That I'd like to see.
Nie. Ślad został. Wachlarz. O kurde. Jak się ruszę, to znika od razu. Sergiej.
What did we come here for? These soirees are for old people.
Good evening. May I?
Please, we're not discussing anything consequential.
You keep on worrying about yourselves. I intend to make the most of this evening.
See, I told you he was in love. Miss Scowan is out of your league, my friend.
To say nothing of her father.
Old Scowen and I are practically on first-name terms now. You'll see.
I'm sure.
So, one eye-catching girl has already got an admirer. What does that leave us, Maxime?
Not much. The dull, the silly, or, well, the old.
En parlant de Ligia Shulska, she just passed this way.
Pigs will fly before someone fancies her.
She'd actually prefer Sophia Scowan, according to what I've heard. Well, what do you think?
My name is Wiktor Szulski.
Oops.
There we have it.
Przejść do bicia.
And I don't like what I just heard, especially about my sister.
And, what are you going to do about it?
Siostra nie będzie zadowolona. A nie mogę się powstrzymać.
Got a few things to explain to one another. Preferably through violence.
I don't think so, Mr. Shulsky.
Where are you from? You're among polite society, not cattle.
Pardon me, gentlemen.
Lunatic.
Zróbmy zapis, zobaczymy co się stanie.
What are you looking for again?
I'm not the only one itching for a brawl, am I? What? Is one guy more than you can handle?
Let's take this out to the forecourt, gentlemen.
Sergei, my friend, anything for you.
Sprawdźmy ptaszka. Co on robi? Czy niektóre mają gwiazdki, inne nie. Beznadziejny ten ptaszek, nie lubię go. O, przeżył to! Zadaje obrażenia, poważne obrażenia, nie byle jakie. Ciach! Jeszcze jeden! Przeżył tamten. O, wykrwawił się. Palcet. Kolejny quest zrobiony, tak? Z tego dostaję punkt Thaumaturgii. Ty miałem przecież punkt widokowy, tak? Dobra, idziemy. Tu coś rozbite. Nie interesuje nas to?
Mr. Szulski?
Znowu on.
I didn't expect to see you here, of all places.
You don't know how very flattering that is. And what brings you to the Imperial?
If I may, there's one question niggling at me. How did you get so many scars?
Why do you ask?
I've heard that Russian officers in training have drunken duels with sabers after hours.
No. A very peculiar custom, if that's true.
So where did those scars come from?
I've led an interesting life.
I could ask you the same question.
I'm passing the time.
Ah, curious hobby.
I'm simply interested in people.
A doctor, thaumaturge, or policeman could say the same.
Your interest flatters me. Who knows? Maybe the apple hasn't fallen far from...
How well did you know my tree?
We enjoyed talking and lending one another.
Będziemy kumplami chyba.
Who did you say you were to my father?
Trusted acquaintance. I suppose good advice. Though truth be told, he rarely needed it. Your father had a gift for making good decisions.
Which of my father's decisions would those be?
Ones that were good for your family. Perhaps we'll have the chance to return to this another time.
On coś wie.
Mr. Szulski.
Yes, I'm sure.
To może z nią na razie nie rozmawiajmy.
Thaumaturge never fails me. There is something here.
Stół do seansu. Co jest? Coś mignęło mi. Czekajcie, muszę sprawdzić, czy wszystko działa. Dobra, chyba jest okej. Tu kolejny gramofon. No, koniak. Puh. Dobra, porozmawiajmy. O, coś tutaj jest jeszcze.
And the general says to him, "Tell us something funny." Then Bałucki replies, "General, why don't you shoot a cannon first?"
That's a good one. I'll have to tell it tomorrow at the Orloffs.
Who might this be joining our conversation? You know, sir, your face looks familiar to me.
My name is Wiktor Szulski.
Ah, yes, I can see something in your eyes. I was sorry to hear about your father.
I'll see you next time, darling. Wonderful party. See you there.
I think I've offended the creme de la creme of Warsaw.
This is hardly the creme de la creme.
Creme de la creme.
Soiree.
I admit I'm getting reacquainted with the social scene.
You spent a long time traveling, didn't you?
15 years. Over that time, I got used to harsher surroundings.
And believe me, drawing rooms can be just as dangerous as untamed steppes. You've met Anastasia and Marina. What about the others?
How is it being part of the Tsar's court?
It is a blessing and a curse. Forgive me if I do not elaborate.
I've already met several distinguished guests. Ivan Konieczkin, for instance. Apparently, he knew my father.
How remarkable. I wasn't aware. Konieczkin is something of a secretive person. And have you yet had occasion to meet the debutants of the season?
I'll be sure to seek them out.
This evening, Sofia Skowan herself is to grace us with her presence.
Well, well.
I suggest you move quickly. The competition is fierce.
The crux of the matter is that I'm here because of my father. You knew him.
That doesn't sound like a question. Of course, I was his customer. I truly am sorry for you. Both of you. The death of someone close.
Chyba nie dla niego.
Please accept my condolences.
Svetlana Petrovna, I must insist. Can you tell me something more about my father?
Mr. Szulski, I assure you we have the most delectable vodka. Besides that, I warmly encourage you to join Madame Samira's séance. It will be an unforgettable experience. I wonder, is that truly everything our soiree can offer you?
Nic widać.
I was about to suffer through tonight.
No need to mince words.
Oj.
Maybe that's enough. What do you want?
Ło, znalazła się. Co się stało matą?
The trick with entering someone's head. I know one person who can do that.
You're not much of a thaumaturge if you can't. Have you come here to torment me? Unmask me?
I don't see any fun in unmasking you.
So what do you want?
Your Syrian is quite impressive.
Flattery will get you nowhere.
Madame, you're being impolite. What about a little competition? We'll see who wins.
I'll pass.
Ona chce przejąć też tego salutora, który tutaj jest.
Is that a threat?
I noticed a wild salutor here. I understand your being here has something to do with him in particular.
Keep your nose out of this.
Why?
Because I'm warning you.
What do you know about this salutor? Do you know its name?
Don't you?
A name doesn't tell us much anyway. All that matters is picking out the person in this crowd with a flaw.
I know perfectly well who carries the flaw. Another reason for you to stay out of it.
The person with the flaw attended this house, right? So I'm on the right track.
Have you finished?
That's not such a ladylike tone, but maybe we should just let the best one catch that salutor.
You mean yourself?
So, should we finish up?
That would be best. And listen to me carefully, Mr. Whatever your name is.
Szulski, but you can call me Victor.
Now, Mr. Szulski, you will vanish like a bad dream, and I will get back to work.
Nic nie widzę. O, teraz się zaczęło świecić dopiero.
I felt. Where is it?
Może siostra coś powie.
Here you are.
Gentlemen, meet my brother.
Wiktor Szulski.
The last Szulski to wear trousers. You don't know that. Miss Ligia could yet produce an heir to the fortune.
Maybe even with me, if she doesn't tell my wife.
But let's talk like men. You intend to take over your father's company, correct?
Ale seksizm.
Gentlemen, my sister knows what she's doing. Across the world, women rule over entire societies, like Great Britain. Do you remember Queen Victoria?
I suppose it's true what they say about you.
Yes? What's that?
You've lost your mind.
Haha, blisko.
It's true. I'm completely nuts. I can't tell what's true and what's a bluff.
Good luck with your business, miss.
Yeah. Now I can forget about anyone wanting to say a word to me.
Ale pomogłem.
It's not me. Listen, as far as those two are concerned, I just didn't like how they were treating you.
I'm used to it, Victor. Their words don't bother me. I can cope. Any progress with Svetlana?
I've taken a long, deep look at Samira. She's no medium. Samira's a thaumaturge on the hunt.
On the hunt?
Madame.
Może mi pomoże.
Salutator.
Co wydaje się w porządku.
Guests.
What kind of salutor?
Remember those fairy tales Mother used to read us? And the legend of the golden snake?
Yes, Veles.
I'm glad you're here.
Are you also hunting for him?
I admit I liked it. I haven't made up my mind.
Be careful.
I am. That's why I haven't made up my mind. Unfortunately, Svetlana doesn't want to breathe a word of it.
I'm sure she doesn't trust you. In company like this, that speaks well of her.
Why the cold shoulder, Ligia?
I've never liked her. Her manner gets under my skin. I've heard she's a dreadful schemer.
Reakcja Ligi.
I'd better change the subject. Sofia Skawan, the Governor General's daughter. Do you know her?
No, and I don't suggest you make her acquaintance either. Skawon can't stand thaumaturges.
Guess who I ran into again? All mysterious and carved up.
Ivan Konieczkin?
What do you know about him?
Not much. He was an acquaintance of Papa's. In theory, it's thanks to him that we're here.
What? Ligia?
I know that nothing comes for free, but he really didn't want anything.
Yeah, he looks like a real altruist. You enjoying yourself in this viper's den?
The vodka is quite tolerable. I'm observing my own brother taking out his anger on ordinary mortals.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Really? Because I heard a certain conflict took place in the forecourt.
Hey, they started it. I was just defending your honor.
Again?
I'm going.
Coś mi umyka. O! Stopiona świeca. A, mówiłem, że coś tutaj jest. Cover podróżny. Łóżko. Svetlana i ojciec. O, patrz. Romansowała z ojcem. Może coś jeszcze tu jest? Tu? No, przecież coś zostało, ale nie.
I was looking for you.
Do you smoke, Mr. Szulski?
I've quit.
In light of our approaching conversation, why don't we dispense with the pleasantries? Call me Svetlana.
Victor.
Ask.
The burned note. Who sent it? I only sensed underhanded kindness.
Da, the Ochrana. I don't know which one of them exactly, if that's what you're asking. I've worked hard at it.
The Ochrana?
It stands for Отделение по охранению общественной безопасности и порядка. In other words, the secret police.
I know what they are. I'd like to know what they want.
Knowledge. The Tsar's eyes and ears must be on guard. They infiltrate not only the city, but most importantly, the court. And me and my soirees too, I'm sure.
When did you receive this note?
A few weeks ago, back before your father.
I see. That large travel chest. You changed your mind.
About whether or not to pack. Right then, I wanted to escape badly, but that would have had its own consequences. In this game of false appearances, I'm the best.
You two had an affair.
Two grown-up, lonely people found momentary comfort in each other's arms. But romance wasn't behind that relationship. It was just that we were both moving in the same direction.
I didn't have the chance to get to know him as a person, much less one who'd show such emotion.
You mean love? That?
Was it love?
I miss him. That's all.
What do you mean by look
Czyli nie ze swoim ojcem, tylko Wiktora ojcem. Tak, kurde, głupi jestem.
I still don't know how this lovely note ended up in your hands. But in addition, I found a lovely strings of pearls, and on it, your feelings of guilt.
Your power is terrifying. Do you know that?
Tsarina Alexandra gave you those pearls. You two are close.
I am happy. I could call her my friend. I see how much she devotes to her family and the nation.
Yet something has changed. Your feelings of guilt, do they have something to do with Tsarina Alexandra?
With the whole empire. Ruski mir im podawaj. We, the establishment, perceive the need for change. We want reform. The Colossus is already teetering, but if it falls... La guillotine, mon chéri. But I want to live, Victor. Ideally, closer to the west.
O, ruski mir się nie podoba?
Where was my father in all this?
Willingly or otherwise, he was part of the establishment that wanted change and could see revolution before it arrived.
The Ochrana knew about you, hence the note.
Something. Isn't it time you told me why you really came to my soiree?
Do you think the Ochrana killed my father?
Your father was crushed by a building. I don't think that's how the Ochrana works.
Perhaps you're right. What do you intend to do now?
Nothing. The soirees will continue. Society has come to expect it. Everything will stay the same. I myself shall manage.
I hoped you might know something about the Black Grimoire. My father left it to me in his will, but the grimoire has gone missing.
No. And the collapsed building? Have you been there?
There's nothing there.
My dear boy, I know nothing about Stanisław's book. I'm sorry, but I can't help you there. But I will not let you leave empty-handed. I strongly believe that there's one place you ought to visit. What you find there belongs to you.
Thank you.
No, thank you for listening.
O, tajne przejście? Nie. Co to jest? Listy. Aha, coś się zaczyna. Show chyba.
Veles. Don't run away.
Splendid ladies, distinguished gentlemen, the hour is at hand. With lights dimmed and the curtains drawn, the souls of the dead slowly gather among us. On their command, I will give the chosen among you a tarot card as your invitation to the table.
For you, sir?
Karty niemal płonie ogniem esencji, jakieś się na niej ostały.
Fool. Our dear madame is fooling around and thinks you can scare me off. I'm done wasting time on this.
Let us gather in secret ritual. Let's not keep the souls waiting too long. Let us also make every effort together not to spoil their visit.
Zofia. Więcej Zofii? Nie.
Did I see that you've met this Madame person?
I'm going.
Mr. Szulski, may I have a word?
How can I help?
My friends and I are just playing Truth Order, and now it's my turn. Won't you dazzle me with your powers?
Your father would not be thrilled about you playing games with the Thaumaturge.
Maybe that's precisely the point. To keep violating his wishes?
And how might my powers prove useful to you, miss?
Well, rather than truth, a dare sounds good to me. It involves finding out my comrades' secrets, Irina, Maxim, or Sergei. The trick is that you're cleverer at it than I am.
I accept.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Let me see what I can find. Will any secret do?
Any. I'll wait anxiously for your return.
I'll take a look around.
Romancik. Nie udał się romansik. Mamy coś czy nie?
They're getting impatient. What have you found out?
En parlant de secrets, I found your fan.
Oh, and I was just thinking that I hadn't remembered where I'd left it.
Very interesting. The fan revealed to me that you dropped it on purpose.
Oh, you've got me. I was hoping the right person would find it. And here we are. It worked.
Oh, I was wondering where you'd gone off to.
You know Sergei, don't you?
We're already acquainted.
Mr. Szulski and
Pobity.
completed my extra difficult dare together.
At your service.
Now time for truth. Are you seeing anyone?
Jest i ta. Skadza jej.
Maybe we should not reveal all our secrets to one another right away.
Mr. Szulski, our time is up. Sophia and I must leave for the seance. Madame is waiting.
Thank you once more.
See you. Therefore, Varys chased Sophia's here. She seemed like such an innocent girl, didn't she? Unless you count sending her admirer on a deadly trip to Africa. It's no coincidence she focused on me. After all, old Scowen hates Thaumaturges. The little scamp.
Little scam.
So that little schemer's flaw. I'll have to join that sepulchral table. Either her scheming or her jealous knight in shining armor will help me identify her flaw. I hope her father doesn't find out.
I na to będziemy dzisiaj kończyć. Jutro czeka nas zabawa z Zofią Skałą. I będziemy spróbować, ojejku, przepraszam, złapać tego salutora. Dobra, więc dzięki i do jutra, cześć.